Now, many people think, oh, God does not create disturbance in people's life. God does not create disturbance. How does God create disturbance in people's life? First of all, God creates disturbance in people's life during sleep. Many people who disturb other people's life, people who try to irritate others, people who try to create a lot of negative karma, people who try to destroy other people's life, their sleep invariably gets destroyed. They are unable to sleep deep, they are unable to sleep long, and they have a lot of problem about their sleep. So if you're doing lot of negative karma, remember the sleep will get destroyed. The second area the divine justice work is with your children. Actually, the problem with many people is the children become very rebellious, the children become very negative, the children is actually hates their parents, the children and the parents fight a lot. It's because of the divine justice component of it. If you have done a lot of bad karma, if you have done a lot of evil karma into people's life, please understand that divine justice gets invoked through the children. I know a particular mom who was actually using Agori to screw up many people's life across. In fact, her son died in front of her own eyes. So please understand this kind of problem people can have in their life. So the second component of it, our children become the indicator of the divine justice operating in their life. The third component that divine justice operate is the old age. The old age become very horrible, the old age become very difficult to live. In fact, we want to die fast, we want to execute fast, we don't want to live across, because the old age has become very painful. All the difficult things what we did, all the things we avoided, all the things we ran away, all the things we created difficulties for others and ourselves, now this gets invoked in the old age. So this is the third component, the what you call the divine justice operates. The fourth component is the pain and the physical problem what we have. I am not telling that we should not have pain, we should not have ailment, but the problem is sometimes that many of them undergo a lot of torturous journey in the name of ailment, in the name of health. That's because they would have abused people around them, they would have irritated people around them, they have created a lot of ruckus and problem for people around them. Such is the power that they go through that in the old age. Nobody can question them, they can cut off people, they have the power, they have the ability, and nobody can do anything to them. So those kind of people, they will have problem in their old age. So very, very important thing. The other important aspect is our own mind becomes very delusional. I know there was a lady who was hypochondriac. She went on eating medicine and she went on having more and more medicine. The problem is, everybody tried to tell her, you're okay, your test shows okay. She was unable to stop it because her mind had become very delusional and she had developed strong psychiatric problem. She was all the time asking for medicine because for some kind of a karma her medicine got affected. The other person is many times our negative karma actually works through the mouth. We say something and people say something, we get into an argument, we get into pain and difficulty, and invariably we lose the job. I've seen a lot of people losing the job because they cannot be calm, because they cannot be peaceful. They try to say a lot of negative things in the name of speech and they invariably get into problem. This is also another reason why, this is also another way God gives us the law of warning across. So our mind, our own speech, and also the Karya Siddhi will not happen. We have to do repeated attempts. We have to do repeatedly the same thing again and again for the thing to happen. It does not happen with ease. It does not happen with first attempt. We have to go on doing things in a repeated fashion to make it happen. And also wasteful expenditure. When we try to hold the money, actually it becomes a wasteful expenditure. I know somebody would actually save the notes in the demo, and he had saved a lot of money, close to a lakh. When demo came, he forgot the notes were available, and when he had the time, he looked into the notes and he suddenly realized he can't exchange a note because the time of expiry had gone. So this is also another way that God plays into the people's life wasteful expenditure, unnecessary medical karma triggers across the thing. The other one is wastage or breaking of objects. Suddenly we'll buy the object, we cannot use it, it cannot be utilized properly. Such is the level of wastage. The other one is whenever you do bad karma, it works on the Vasya Mogana Akashna. You don't have the Vasya Mogana Akashna to attract big clients, to attract great clients. I know there was a guy who was going on fighting across. He asked me across, how do I improve my sales? How do I improve my thing? I said, if your Vasya Mogana Akashna increases, it will be very good. He asked me, how do I increase the Vasya Mogana Akashna? I said, praise others. I said, appreciate others. I said, tell them that they are great. Tell them that they will do well in their life. Don't be acidic. Don't be negative. That is how you will go across a person. So if you understand all these things, either through objects or through the mind or through the variety of parameters, also God works through coincidence and God works through time. Time is one of the greatest indicator. We never know when the bad time will arrive unless we have the horoscope. Repeatedly we have the habit and the idea of checking the horoscope. It would be very difficult to find. For example, there was a guy who was supposed to have Shukra Bhukti and he had a lot of difficulty, and then he realized the Shukra was a malefic and nobody told him across. In fact, he went into the jail because of the Shukra Bhukti across. Therefore, please understand, time is another component. That is why Viparita Kale Vinasa Buddhi. Whenever you are going to have a bad time, your behavior will be very negative. I know somebody who was about to have a bad time. His cell phone broke down in front of his eyes. He told me, he said, it was the 1st of the January, the cell phone slipped through my hands and fell down. I realized I am going to have a very, very difficult time into my life across. So such is the power of this particular law of attraction into a life. And there was a guy who was doing a business. He was always attracting the wrong customers because he was fighting inside the people. He was not allowing people to be peaceful. So this is the power of law of attraction. So God will work through the time component, mind component, the beginning component. I have seen many people, they have to have a repetition of the beginning again and again, and they take time to end anything, and normally when they end anything, they have to lose money across. I know there was a guy who was doing business across. He actually had to close the business only by selling his asset. He could never make profit across. So these are the different ways God shows His divine justice. So please don't underestimate the power of the God. God does not need to go and do it across. Somebody is praying for them. That's why even though they are doing mistakes, they are able to get away with that because the protection energy is offered across. So please understand, this is a law of karma. It works in many people's life, but many people are not aware. Many people do not see the correlation. I know there was somebody who was very restless, who was very doubtful, and who could not take on to any opportunities across because he was always doubting others. His mind had played the game across. That's why in Indian they say Viparita Kal Vinasa Buddhi. Also, the problem is sometimes the weather also creates a lot of hype against us. I know there was somebody who was selling flowers. The second day there was some kind of tsunami which happened. He was forced to close about it. So please understand, these are the variety of components by which our God can block, God can play into it. So please be careful. Please take the astrologer's advice or anyone advice to guide you across. Thank you.